Greetings everyone, this is Brother Bedford, Black America's #1 internet marketing and digital publishing coach and consultant. I'm also the creator of the Info Product Cash Blueprint, which is an online training that teaches you how to turn your knowledge, your expertise, your experience, and your passion into cash generating information products. Now I hope you've seen the earlier videos that I provided for you, where I've tried to help you to wrap your mind around what this is, what information products are, how you and I have been consuming them pretty much all of our lives. And if we haven't consumed them ourselves, we know someone who has purchased information product from someone to either learn some specialized training or to help them in their business or even help them in their golf game, and they paid good money for that. And so I tried to show you how this business is all around us, but we've never really taken the time to focus. And more importantly, we've never really taken the time to see ourselves on the other end, providing that information, providing that training, providing that education, and practically just providing messages that could help people better their lives, better their businesses, whether it's in relationships, cooking, you name it. There's not an industry where information products are not present and people are making tons of money providing that information to individuals in those niches and those categories. So I hope you go back, watch those earlier trainings, those couple videos where I show you the different formats, I show you the math behind how you make money. And I know that was one of the email that I received. Brother Bedford, show us the money once we learn how to create these products, once I know what they are, how do I make money from these things? And so I showed you the math behind that. In this video, oh, and also make sure you download the chart. This was with video 1, because in that chart you'll see just the many different ways, the different formats that you can provide information. And that is so crucial, because sometimes you may feel that you're not a great speaker or orator and you can't create audio, or you don't want to write books, but it shows you the different areas and how you can do this. Really play to your strengths in terms of providing information products, which really helps to sell more information products, and it helps you to become more comfortable with providing that information, that education, or that training. Okay, so make sure you go back, download the chart, watch the videos, and of course now I'm getting ready to show you how to really sell the information products, the process on how you really should sell your information products, and in truth, how you should sell anything online. Now, I made this video actually a while ago for you, but I had to re-scrap. This is actually the latest version, but I had to scrap the earlier versions simply because of some of the things that were happening in the marketplace with some of my peers, and also some of the questions that I'd started receiving, things about conversion and really selling the products. And then some individuals that I know, I actually received a couple emails from some notable people who are in the not necessarily the information product space. They're in different areas, different categories, but they're trying to sell their information products and some other things online, and they're not getting great conversions. They're not getting people to buy. I mean, they're on Facebook and Twitter, and they have thousands of people following them, but yet they're not able to turn those followers or fans into consumers or people who would buy their information products. And so those are some of the emails that I was getting, some of the debate going back about long videos that I've talked to a couple people about. And again, the result is they weren't selling any information products, and they were struggling with getting people to click, as I like to call it, we're in the click economy, to click certain buttons, to take certain actions to where they can receive the benefits of this. And so many of them were asking these questions, posing some arguments, and that's fine. And then two other people was actually emailing their list or their databases from some of these different sources, and they begin to get complaints about spam and all of those types of different things. So what I did, I said, well, I wanted to just go through the process, but the process is so important if you're going to have a significant online business. And so that's why I wanted to scrap it, to address those couple issues kind of in the process of why I'm showing you how you should sell your information products. Okay? So I'll address those issues, but within me showing you the process. I didn't do that the first time, and I'm going to do that now because I hope that this clears up any things that are out there and people who are concerned about selling their information product, then those who are driving people to straight to sales pages. And that's what I'm getting ready to cover right now. This is the process that you should use to sell all of your information products online. Now, it may seem difficult at first, so you're saying, what is all of this, Brother Bedford? I'm going to show you what this is. And really what these are. These are pages, not necessarily websites. Someone can say that this is a website, but what we like to talk about in the industry is that of these being different pages, these right here. I'm going to show you what these things here. Actually, you can see that right there. We're talking about Google+, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and of course there's just a myriad of different platforms out there, social media platforms that you can tap into, video as well as just Instagram, Pinterest. I could go on and on, but I think you get the picture of what this represents up here. And this goes to the first point that I was speaking of, where people were saying, well, I have all of these people, but yet I'm not able to get them to make the moves or take the necessary steps that would turn into revenue for my business, Brother Bedford. So what is the problem? Then I would tell them what the problem is, and they're like, well, no, I don't want to. They don't want to do all of this, but yet they're having these issues. So let's focus in right here. And this is going to deal with both of those issues that I talked about. This one critical piece right here, which is called, this is what's called your opt-in page. We're just going to put OPT dash IN, okay? Some people call it a squeeze page. Opt-in page or squeeze page. That's what we'll just call it, okay? Oh, look at that writing. Yeah, I never said I was the best handwriter. But anyway, here's what has happened with a lot of individuals. They want to sell something online, they have their shopping cart, and they're listening to people, and they're driving people straight from their sources, whether they're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and they're driving them past opt-in pages. They don't want to collect the name and email. And in fact, many have said, well, email is dead, Brother Bedford. First, let me say an opt-in page. Let me give you the definition of an opt-in page. Sometimes I forget that sometimes I'm talking to a lot of people who are not familiar with these things. An opt-in page is a page that you create or have created for you rather cheaply, where people come to your site and they enter their name and email so that you can capture that, and now they're on your list, or what we like to say, in your funnel, and they're giving you permission to send them more information that's valuable to them, that could really help them and aid them. So they're raising their hand by giving you their name and their email, and now you're able to communicate with them. Now, why is that important from what I was getting ready to say? Because most people don't want to create an opt-in page, and they say that email is insignificant. Most of you, if you're watching this, not most of you, all of you, if you're watching this video, it's proof that you've received an email from me to come to this page, or someone to come to this page to see this video. And so it is critical that you have people opt in. This is really the core of any online business. Don't let anyone tell you any difference. I don't care if you have 5,000 fans out here. If you're not able to send them messages, to communicate with them and build relationships with them outside of these platforms out here, you're dead in the water. You pretty much don't have a business. Now let's just say that anything happens to any of these platforms, heaven forbid, how can you communicate with them people? Your online activities are dead if you just rely on them. They're great platforms to build relationships and to show some expertise and to show your knowledge and communicate, but you can't really drive your business from them. And one of the people that I was talking to, they said, well, Brother Bedford, email is dead. They're talking about Facebook. I said, well, how do you log into your Facebook account? You got to have an email. All of these that you log into, you have to have an email. So it's not that they're dead or email is dead. You just have to learn how to properly use email. And that's going to get to my next point. But before I get to that second point, on what I was talking about, what people are doing, let me tell you what these two boxes on the side are. Because this is the ways that you drive your traffic. You provide valuable content, but your whole objective is to get them to come back and opt in to your list, your squeeze page. here are some other ways that you can drive traffic. These are my traffic sources, what I use. You have this, what some people will call organic traffic, again, where you're providing information and value, and people want more. I love what George Fraser says, my mentor, and we're gearing up for the Power Networking Conference, and I'm going to share with you, with this course, how the first 5 people can have their registrations paid for by being, this is what I'm calling my fast action takers. 5 people will be able to take advantage and come and network with myself, George, Lisa Nichols, Randall Pinkett, and really thousands of others. 1,000 other entrepreneurs and black professionals from all over the world will be in Dallas, Texas the last weekend in June. And so 5 people, whoever the first 5 are that take advantage of this course, they're going to be, I'm going to register them for free. And they'll be able to bring a college-age student for free. Now, of course, you'd have to take care of your own travel and hotel arrangements, but all of that is discounted through what we'll share with you from the Power Network Conference, but you won't have to pay the $499 or the $695 registration for yourself. Actually, it's $695 and $195 for a college-age student. I'm going to give you that for free for 5 people if you join the Info Product Cash Blueprint. But anyway, let me get back to that. George would say for people to take a deeper dive with you, you want to provide valuable content so people can say, wow, I really want to learn or know more from that brother or that sister or that individual. And so they'll opt in to receive your messages, okay? The other way, there's what's called an affiliate model, but the affiliate model is kind of different nowadays. So what I would call is joint ventures. Oh, this marker. So we'll just say JVs or partnerships. Partnerships. That's horrible writing, but that's okay. But you can get traffic or people to opt in to your squeeze page or your opt-in page by providing valuable content through these sources, whether they're posts on Facebook or Twitter posts or videos or just your profile over on LinkedIn, and you get those social networks to drive traffic back to you by providing something of value here. Now I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to give you the traffic sources first and then give you the reason why someone would give you their name and email. I just alluded to when I said the value of what George will call deeper, taking a deeper dive with you. But joint ventures and partnerships, for one, what makes this so powerful is that if there's a person that has your audience already that loves them and that they've built a relationship with, and you're able to partner with them or joint venture with them, and they're able to send their traffic to your opt-in or squeeze page, this comes with an added credibility, because if they love the person, or if they're endeared to the person that you're asking them to send out a notice to your list or inviting people to check out your videos or your free report or your audios or anything like that, that person is pretty much endorsing you. So the person's already go there with an air of relief, thinking that they're not getting ready to be spammed to death. I'm going back to that term because I'll point out what happened in just a few minutes. But they don't feel like they're being spammed to death. And they don't feel like they're being sold to. They figure that this person here is getting ready to send me somewhere where I can get valuable information that's going to improve my life, help me personally, help me diet, whatever it is, help me with my business, my relationships. And that person that they're sending me to is going to provide value. So these are 2 of the main sources that you get traffic from. The other, I'll just write ads. But it's buying advertisement. I don't recommend this at the beginning because most people don't know how to buy advertising. We don't know how to target our marketing. So therefore, many of us jump head in and we're trying to buy ads, and then we're wondering why people are not responding. And a part of that is because we're doing what I'm going to touch on in a minute, where you're either sending people from here or from your ads all the way to here. And this is what's called your sales page. We'll just call it a sales page. Some people don't even really have a great designed sales page for people to understand what it is that they're buying. And that's one of the main reasons why people don't buy, because they don't understand what they're getting. They don't know how it's being delivered, what's in it, are there any guarantees, are there any bonuses. All of these things are critical in the sales process that many people avoid. And so I put that there to show you exactly what has happened with what some people have done. They decided to go straight from here, spend a lot of money, buy an ad, tell people to go straight to my sales page and buy. And then what happens is the people are not interested. They don't know you. They don't have a relationship with you. They're not warmed up to what it is that you're offering. And so you're cold selling to them. You're saying, here's the ad, which may not be an attention grabber. It doesn't create interest. It doesn't provide any value. Just go here, buy my stuff. Those days are gone. Then you look here. Same thing in our social media. You're out there, you're doing whatever you're doing. Then you say, man, but how am I going to make money from this thing? You say, you know what? Go from here and jump here. Buy my stuff. And that doesn't work. And then if you're trying to approach some real good joint venture partners, again, a person's credibility is on the line. And so now here it is, you're telling them or asking them, send your traffic that you've worked years for. Some people have lists of 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. And you're asking them to send traffic to you. And really, when they get a bold message from you or a bad message from you, that reflects on the person that's sending the traffic. And so you're asking them, again, driving them straight here to a sales page. And the sales page, again, it's not really meant or constructed to sell. Most people don't know how to develop sales messages or write effective copy. It's one of the number one, if not the number one thing that a person could learn in their business is how to develop a sales message or how to develop great sales copy. And most don't know how to do that. Most of us don't. It takes years and years of practice and trial and error to even get it somewhat right, because there's really no 100% guarantee when you're doing it. You're just hoping that you're doing it right. Okay? So here we are. You have your social media, you're driving straight to a sales page, ineffective. Joint venture partnership, driving straight to a sales page, ineffective. Where you're spending money, driving yourself out of business and wondering why you're not getting a return on this investment. And that's why I say this should be last. This should be last. These things you can do right now for free, and it helps you if you use these properly to build the credibility that when you do this, when you do decide to pay for advertising, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, magazines, radio, television, it has an effect, a better effect. Even when we do that, I ask people, or my clients, I instruct them. Some find it hard to do. You mean I'm going to pay money to drive people to get something for free? Absolutely. So again, right here with your opt-in or your squeeze page, what you're doing here, you're hoping that you're creating something of value. Something that would make people want to say, you know what, I want to give him or her my name and email so that I can receive more information from them. Same is true with your joint venture partners. Are excited if you say, hey, I got some training that I want to give to your followers or your fans or your list for free. They say, well, you know, I can do that. But if you're just going to sell their people, they say, well, they're leery about doing that. And so what you're doing to get people to opt in, to raise their hand, is that you're creating what some of us in the industry call a lead magnet. Something of value that would generate leads for you, that people won't mind giving their name and their email address so that they can receive this piece of information. Once they opt in, you're giving them information. You're giving them value is really what we're talking about. You're giving them a value that they need, that they can possibly at that point should be able to implement in their lives and see some type of result, some type of tangible result, and then they'll want more from you, right? So here's what happened again, just so I can make this point, because I'm going to go through this and then we're going to close out this video. But here's what some people have done. As I told you, they're driving, there's the ones on the other hand who don't want to go through this process, who don't want to capture name and email, lazy, what I call lazy entrepreneurship or lazy marketers, and they just want to put information out here or ask partners or run ads and drive people straight to the sales pages, and it's just not effective. And it's not long before people begin to think that social media doesn't work, or they get angry at people saying, well, why won't you promote my stuff? And the person is like, wow, you don't understand that my credibility is at stake, and you just want to sell to my people without providing any value. So that was the one piece. Now here's the other thing that happened with some of the individuals is that they built lists or they've imported lists, because there's some ways where you can collect cards and you put them on an email list and then you're emailing them without them opting in, without them giving you permission. And there are just spam laws against that. You can't, that's called spam. You can't just email people sales messages, solicit them without their permission. And this will cause your website to get shut down, whoever your host provider is, if you're doing these messages. So a couple people have had their services interrupted because they didn't get everyone to opt in, and then there was always the sales messages that were coming to them, and so people were kind of leery. And here it is, you may have some people who want the message, but then those who may have given you their card and don't remember, and you enter them into a database and you start sending them sales messages, and they see like it looks like their inbox is filled with just sales message after sales message after sales message from you, then they can report that. Especially if you don't have what we do with our internet or our email providers, not just myself, I'm speaking of people in the industry who do this thing for a living. You have a space at the bottom of the email where people, hey, if you don't want this information, just opt out. You have to even give them that option to be able to opt out if they don't want to receive any more messages from you. And some people are just sending emails without even that option there. And in the first place, they never even asked the persons, could they email them sales messages to begin with. And so now you have people who've done that, sending people straight to sales pages or sales messages, and those people are reporting them as sending them spam. And these are legitimate businesses. And what happens is if they get enough complaints, they'll move to try to shut your website down or your service down. So those are two critical reasons. Again, it came up from some of the experts or the so-called gurus telling me about videos being too long or the messages being too long, and I don't want to get people to opt in. That just, Brother Bedford, that's so emails that's so old, that's so 1999-ish is what one person said. I say, I understand. But then in the next breath you ask me, well, how do I get more sales? Hello, I'm trying to help you out here. You want to know how to get people to get to the sales page. First, provide value, get them to opt in. And what are you going to do when they opt in? I've already said it. You want to give them value. These are pages. When they opt in, I like to call these value pieces. Oh, I don't know if you can see this or not, but just terrible writing right there with this marker. Value pieces. So they opt in, you give them a value piece. It could be a free report, it could be an MP3, it could be a teleseminar or webinar, but whatever it is. And again, remember, there's still no sales message here. You give them value. They take what you give them, they like it, they go back and implement it, or you get their wheels to spinning about the possibilities, something they hadn't seen before. Now you're helping them. Now you're giving valuable information. But you don't stop there. What do? You give them some more value. Give them another value piece. Just want to put the P there. Right? And then you don't stop there. So here it is. They opt in for a free report, or free audio, free webinar, free teleseminar, free ebook. And now you give that to them. And now you give them some video training. You give them some charts. You give them some checklists, something that they can use, that they can implement in their business. Now they're becoming what? You're building a relationship. They don't mind receiving your emails because now you're giving them value. Don't stop there. Give them some more value. We're just going to put VP, value piece now. I think you understand that. Right? So now let's look at this. You're providing great content, and I'll talk about this at a later time, but this is so critical because most people are not using these social media platforms properly. I don't use them. I'm just now getting into the Facebook and Twitter now. The reason why is because now it's matured to the point where people who are misusing it are getting off, and so now people who are trying to build businesses and looking for valuable information are on. They've been on for some time. Now they're looking for some valuable exchange. They're looking for some value that they can receive. So now is the opportune time to begin to develop social media platforms. Develop yourself on social media platforms, but just so that people can get to know you, you develop message, they become endeared to you, and now you begin to offer them value pieces, because if they like that, now take a deeper dive with me. If you like that, I got a free video for you. Just give me your name and email, right? Now you give them the video. They love it. You say, well, now I got a free ebook for you. They love it. Now you give them a checklist or something. And again, this is targeted marketing. I'm not just saying give this to everybody. People who will be interested in what it is that you're selling. And another value piece. And then what happens? Now after you've given value, now I have 3 pages up here because that's like the normal process if you're doing a launch. But if someone is on your list, hopefully you're providing some type of value on an ongoing basis. You're not just providing value to set up to sell. The more value you provide when it's time for you to ask for the sale, there's less resistance. In fact, people won't mind then. In fact, some will say that the value that you've given away is more valuable than what you're selling. So they look at all of this value that you're providing, and then you offer something. They say, well, man, this is nothing compared to what I've gotten from them for free. And so they're quick to pull out their credit card or PayPal or something like that to get to the sales page. After you have the sales page or your sales message there and people like what it is that you're offering, and of course we'll get into this at a later date on what it is. In the course, I teach you about what it is that you should be saying in your sales message, your guarantees, bonuses, all those different things that help people make that buying decision a lot. It's easier for them, and it makes their buying decision less hectic, less remorseful. There's this thing called buyer's remorse. But if you do all of the things that you should do on the sales page, in your sales message and delivering your product, which is what we're going to touch on now, then you won't have, your returns will be down, and then people will be more apt to purchase your next product. So after the sales page, and I know this video is getting long. I'll get some more emails about that being, this is a long video, Brother Bedford. I'll get that, I know. After the sales page is your thank you page. This is where, now there's 2 things that can happen here. If it's just a simple product or service that you're selling, an audio or book or something like that, you can actually deliver the product right here on the thank you page. Thank you for placing your order. You won't have any problems. If you have any problems, here's our support, here's the number, here's the email, just in case you have any problems with the delivery. But here's the page where you can download it right now, or some other instructions for them to take advantage of what it is that they just purchased. So that's the next page. Now what I have here is like an extension. This is really what I call the delivery page. I just put DV. The delivery page, DVP. Let's do that. And this is for if it's not a single product, if it's maybe an online course or something. This could be a membership site or membership area where it's protected, where people would have to log in and get access to the training. And this is what a lot of my courses, people go through this process from joint venture partners. They get on my list, or they buy a product. We hopefully provide value like what we're doing right now. Hopefully you're learning about the process. Then you get to the sales page. Then there's the thank you message, and then the delivery is where you go and you have your password where you can log in and have access. In my case, lifetime access. Once you purchase from me, it's not like, okay, 30 days, the product is gone. No, once you purchase an online course or something like that, you have it forever, because everybody doesn't learn at the same pace. So you want people to feel relaxed, to know that I can go in anytime I want and study and do what it is, get the information and the knowledge that I need to do what it is that I set out to do. So these are the main pages. There can even be some other pages that can come off this way. Say, for instance, they don't buy there. You can start over again. I won't even draw no more boxes, but let's just say they don't buy there. Okay, just provide them value. Provide more value. Maybe for a different product or a similar product or something that they're interested in. Because most times when they're not buying, it's not that they don't want to buy. Some are not ready. Some don't have the money. So for you to treat them bad at that moment, they're like, wow, I just don't have the money. Why can't you just say, don't worry about it. I'm here if you need me. Here's another avenue for you to get involved, and it could be other value pieces, or here's another product that you may be more, there may be more to your liking. So this is just the process. I don't want this to be long, and forgive me for rushing towards the end here, but I already know it's getting long. But this is the process. If you want to avoid being called a spammer, get people to opt in to your process. Get people to begin to want to take a deeper dive with you, and you provide them with value. on more than one occasion. All of this takes place before you even ask for the sale. All of your videos, your posts, the ads, everything, all of this should provide value before you even ask for the sale. Okay? So this is how you sell your information products. This is your brother Bedford. We got some more training coming up for you, but we're getting ready to open up the cart for the Info Product Cash Blueprint because I think I've given you an idea. I'm going to answer some more questions. We're going to have some more stuff out, but I definitely want to open up the cart. And the main reason I want to open up the cart now because we're getting close. We're at, I don't know, about 45 days away from the Power Networking Conference. And so I want to give those first 5 people who register the opportunity to prepare to get to the conference and come on down and learn some more of this stuff from me. Come on down and let me help you make your product. We can do some stuff while you're right there in Dallas. And so that's one of the bonuses that I'm giving, but it's only for 5 people. I can't do any more than 5 with the program that we're doing with the PNC, the Power Networking Conference, and George Fraser. So that's it. This is the right way to sell your information products. Don't let anyone tell you any different, because if you try to drive them straight to sales pages, you have to have a hell of a sales message to sell major products to people who don't know you. This is how they get to know you, going through a process that provides value. So, with that said, I'll see you in a couple of days with some more training, but this is your brother Bedford, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. Take care.